Yo, what up, YouTube world? Hey, it's your boy Monte back with another good informative video. Hey, so look, I get this question all the time. All right. So your boy's gonna give you the game raw and uncut. All right. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. All right. Now let's get to it. So the question is, can I activate my authority without my truck or without the driver that I plan to hire? Okay. Now, this one is for the individuals who plan to get into trucking by investing passively. All right. What they consider passive for trucking. All right. Which is, the business model is you go buy the equipment as the investor and either you lease it on, or what's become popular now is you get your own authority and you contract out all the individual, steps, dispatching, compliance, the whole nine, right? So, very popular business model now. All right. But for you guys, most importantly, you definitely want to over educate yourself about this industry. All right. And insurance in particular can literally bury you guys. And here's why. Okay. So, to answer the question, can you? Yes. But should you? No. And here's why. Okay. Now, once again, this is not everybody's situation is different. You may be coming into this business with a bankroll. All right. You may have an inheritance. You may be sitting pretty. All right. But if you're like me and a lot of other guys, we had to sacrifice a lot to get into this business. And so small missteps can cost you a lot if you're not prepared with the proper knowledge. All right. So I'm going to give it to you. So, first off, the driver situation. All right. So the common workaround that you'll talk to other agents and they'll try to get you to do is, hey, you got a family friend who's a driver, right? All right. You can easily use them as your driver. Okay. Now the benefits are you got somebody that has a lot of experience as a company driver, right? Got a clean record. They live in the same state as you. So that's going to help you save a lot on your premium. So you think everything is great. Okay. But what you don't know is the driver market is already tough. So if you came into this without a plan to have a driver already, what if it takes you 3 or 4 months to secure your driver? All right. That's 3 or 4 months of premium payments plus the down payment you paid on the insurance. All right. So quickly, you can see how this is already adding up. All right. So now let's say you finally find that right driver. Okay. And now you go run them through insurance for approval, right? Because remember, you're not hiring them, insurance is. You can want to hire somebody all you want. If the insurance doesn't give you a premium that you can afford, or if they don't just outright tell you no, because that does happen. Okay. Now you go through the system to get them checked out, and come to find out this driver, instead of having 10 like your family friend, they only have a year and a half of experience. They don't live, their license is not in the same state that your authority is based out of. Okay. And they have a ticket on their license. So now that nice cushy payment that you were getting because of the family friend as a driver, it just changed drastically when you hired your first driver. Okay. So can you afford that mistake? You see what I'm saying? Because now 3 or 4 months, you're still not even halfway in to your premium. So you still have a lot more payments left to make. Okay. And if you decided, well, maybe I can go find another company, you're a new authority, man. When you have a new authority, you don't have all the options in the world available to you. You still haven't proven yourself in this industry. Okay. The insurance people, they know this. Okay. So even if you were able to find another company that will insure you, that comes with a new down payment. All right. So you've lost again and you're still making payments and you can't make up for the money you already lost in the previous months. All right. So quickly, all we've been adding up is L's. All right. All nothing but L's yet. You haven't made any money, but you spent out a lot. All right. So you can see how that would be a headache. And it's just better off to not even take the step to get your authority until you already have the important things lined up. I mean, come on. This is trucking. How you gonna make money with no driver, no truck? That don't even make sense. Okay. So that leads us to the truck. Okay. Some people, the position they'll normally be in is they'll say, hey, I was at an auction last week. I had something lined up, but it fell through. But I'm pretty sure the next 2 weeks, I should be able to get that truck. Okay. So sometimes that works out. But on the other hand, what I've seen is, oh man, the truck ended up being a dud. I didn't want to move on that one. I went to the next auction. I got outbid because remember, we're talking about the current market. It's December 2021. So whether it's in the future when people hear about this or if you're in the industry right now, you know this is one of the most inflated truck markets that there's been in a while. Okay, so you can easily be sitting longer than what you would like to buy a quality truck. All right. Because you don't need to be out here just buying some trash because that defeats the purpose. Right. So now, once again, let's say it takes you a couple months before you're able to secure this truck. All right. But what you did is you took the workaround that your agent suggested, which is they're going to tell you, hey, get a VIN number from a similar make and model truck, and you can use that as the VIN number to get your policy started. All right. Now, I don't recommend this, but people do it. I'll be lying to you if I said that people do not do this. All right. But once again, why? If it's going to take you months to get a truck and all you did was do this just to go ahead and push your authority through, that don't make sense because you just lost that money. Even if you can afford it, you just gave away money. All right. And for most people who can afford it, what they're going to do is they're going to lapse on their insurance. And now if you lapse, the company you lapse with, they may not reinsure you. All right. And if they do, you just started over from scratch on your authority. Okay. A lot of people don't know this, but if you miss and you lapse on your insurance, it don't matter how many years you have under your MC number, it restarts you from scratch. Literally day one is what it'll show. When you go, the brokers pull up your numbers, it's not going to show all the time that you built. It's going to start back from that day where you reinstated the authority with insurance. All right. So it's not something you want to play around with, especially if your whole purpose of doing this was to aid your authority. All right. And then one mishap that you can't plan for, which is trucking in a nutshell, has just made you restart your authority from scratch. All right. So the exact thing that you were trying to avoid is what you ended up being in the situation of by rushing. Okay. Now, look, if you're under the sound of my voice and you're listening to me, do your homework in this business before you go hop out and get your authority. I cannot preach this enough. All right. So these are some of the questions I get asked from my people who want to do this passively. I hope you take heed to my advice. All right. Don't be in a rush. Get your ducks in a row. All right. So when you get out here in this business and you get started, it's not as hard to find work as everybody makes it out to seem, as long as you're prepared. But that don't mean be skipping the bare fundamentals. I mean, come on, no truck, no driver, and you want to start the authority? Why? All right, so that's just something to think about, fam. But once again, I appreciate y'all tuning into the content over here at Raw Trucking. We're going to give you the raw truth. All right, so like and subscribe. Make sure you follow the channel. We're going to be having a lot more content coming your way. Once again, I'm Monte, and that's my time for the day, people. Hey, y'all keep trucking.